Hello, I'm Bob Cannon, your Township Supervisor, and welcome to another edition of Caring Community. Today we're going to feature the Clinton Township Goodfellows, and we have our President Paul Silvestri and Bob Turner, who is the Vice President this year.
Yes.
And they're going to tell us what the Clinton Township area Goodfellows do to service nearly 1,000 of our residents' children every single year. First, let's start with you, Mr. President. How did you get involved with the Goodfellows?
Well, I actually came on as a member a couple years ago. I was asked to develop the website, and then I kind of got hooked in as secretary, and now I'm the head honcho president.
So you got hooked in that way?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know how you got hooked in because at one point in our history, the Clinton Township Department of Public Works was very active working with the Goodfellows.
Yes.
And then we had to back off a little bit because we realized that we had other things in the community we had to do.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Bob, tell us about how you started with that and how you came into a full-time member.
Years ago, I'm talking 18 plus years, the DPW would be delivering the toys right to the doorsteps, right to the families that needed them. We went from that to, basically delivering to when it happened that we needed to scale back, which was a few years ago. We took on we still delivered, but we had an outside organization or individuals deliver for us.
In fact, at one time, we actually took the phone calls here at the township so that people could tell us that they needed assistance for this Christmas.
Yes.
Now, I don't know, are either of you fellows recipients of Goodfellow packages when you were younger?
We never have. I never have.
Because a lot of our members, believe it or not, as children receive those gifts, and I think it's kind of payback time for them.
Yep,
Yes.
absolutely.
Have you heard those stories too?
I have.
Yep, been around it. Actually, there's a girl that takes care of the Rockford Tots. It's a fundraiser for us, and it's awesome. And she was a recipient when she was younger. So yeah, even the people that give as fundraisers for us, they were recipients.
Remember, we had Shirley Boothman, who had the Alibi Inn, and her family's still very involved. I believe when she was a child that she might have been a recipient too, and then she was one of the anonymous donors that we had for years, and you'd get a check and you wonder where it came from.
Yeah.
It was always Shirley.
Yeah, that was nice. So, and the Alibi is still involved.
Very involved.
Very involved.
Very active. We have a lot of businesses that are doing that.
Absolutely.
Tell us about a Goodfellow meeting, and how many times do you meet every year?
Well, we basically meet July through January. Basically get together, share ideas, how to improve our group, how to improve the dinner, the toy packing, just kind of bounce ideas off each other. And we have our appeals mailing in November, so it's pretty active group.
So, two ways that you raise money. One is the Goodfellow Spaghetti Dinner, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes, and that's held right here in our community. And we do that instead of selling newspapers on the corner,
Correct.
like many Goodfellow groups do.
Yes.
And the second is an appeal letter that goes to the businesses of the community.
Yes.
Correct.
And what are the dues to belong to the Goodfellows?
There are no dues. No dues to be involved. It's just your personal time, and that's dues enough.
Does the Goodfellows have a website now?
Yes.
Do they have a good website?
They do. Very good. Clinton Township Goodfellows.com.
So you go there and you can find out how to join, where the meetings are.
Yep.
It really, joining just means showing up and saying, who's a new member here today? And you raise your hand and you introduce yourself, and you now are a member.
Yep, and when you become a member, we'd love you to be involved and find that little niche for you, whether you would be packing or helping out, picking up toys, or there's a lot of different things that go on.
Okay, well, the big thing now is your fundraiser. Tell us about that, Bob.
We have the annual pasta dinner, spaghetti dinner. It's going to be held at the American International, Italian American Cultural Center, sorry, and that's on Romeo Plank Road. It's going to be held on the 15th of October, and we have a time change on it. We usually held it between 11 and 8 o'clock at night. This year, sorry to say, but we're going to drop the hours from 3 until 8.
It seemed like, though, that was typically the busy time, that a lot of our seniors like to eat early, and they'll get in line at 3 o'clock, and then you get the folks on the way home from work, and then you get the larger groups, the families that come about 6:30.
Yes.
And early in the day, it seemed like there were a few of us that were there, but it seemed like township employees, a few MedStar employees, things like that. So it really wasn't worth everybody's time to put the extra hours in.
It was worth it, but we find that the people that man it for the whole day are getting exhausted doing it. So, you know, if we get more members in and more members to join, maybe we could bring it back to the 11 o'clock hour. But at this time, I think it's best for the members to, you know, pool their time into that 3 to 8 when we get the majority of the individuals in to have dinner.
Every year, the Goodfellows fundraising banquet features great food and a wide selection of gifts to raise thousands of dollars for youngsters in Clinton Township. Last year, volunteers put forward more than 20 gift baskets that made the 2013 fundraising banquet one of the most successful ever.
We're at another wonderful spaghetti dinner for the Goodfellows, and I have two wonderful volunteers who put together all the baskets this year with the staff, so Donna and Jerry. First of all, tell me, why did you get involved with the Goodfellows? That's the number one reason that you're here, so you're helping the Goodfellows.
Yes, just to help our local children. No Child Without a Christmas, and this is a wonderful organization, and people have been so generous in giving things, I mean, just fabulous gifts. We have the 40-inch flat screen TV, the mini iPad, the grill, all sorts of fabulous gifts, just wonderful.
Now this is 2013, but this could be 2012, 2011, or 2014, 2015. Why do you think this keeps happening year after year in a community that probably has some affluence, but yet has 1,000 kids that are served every year by the Goodfellows?
Because we have a lot of generous people, a lot of people that care and come out to help. That's why.
So it wasn't real difficult for you to get people to donate for these baskets?
Not really, not really. Very generous people.
Everyone has a reason for joining a club and for volunteering time. First of all, it's good for your health. It helps you live longer. It makes you happier. Why did you get involved with the Goodfellows as opposed to the Rotary or something else? Or maybe you do belong to something else?
I think I just became involved because a lot of good people are behind the Goodfellows, and that kind of persuaded me. Friends like Donna that just pull you in.
I just have everybody sign up with me, and we go as a group.
That's
and,
right.
You know, the children, when we were out signing people up, you meet the people, and they say, you know what? When I was a little child, the Goodfellows gave to me. And, I mean, it really warms your heart.
Thank you so much for what you've done and what you're going to do in the future for the Goodfellows here in Clinton Township.
Okay, thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
How many meetings do you think you have at night during the year? Was there somewhere like 6 to
All
10?
of our meetings start at 7 o'clock over at Fire Station 5 on Elizabeth.
So, I mean, but you don't meet once every 2 weeks. You're not
We
a
meet
regular.
once a month.
Once a month.
Yep.
As needed basis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. With the internet and all that, if we come across any issues that need to be talked about, we talk through emails and that. So
And your ticket prices are very reasonable.
absolutely, $8.
And anybody
very
under 5
reasonable.
comes in free.
Absolutely.
And what else are you going to have that you can partake in if you choose that evening?
Oh, we're going to have the Music Man there,
Yep.
who has graciously come for years. All he asked for is a couple dinner tickets, which is awesome, and for music, background music, and also Roscoe is going to be there again this year. So yeah.
I think Roscoe's the kid favorite.
Everybody likes Roscoe.
Yeah.
And also you have an opportunity, is there going to be auctions or is there going to be 50-50s?
50-50 basket raffles. That's about it. I
Yeah,
think.
we do the basket raffles and the 50-50 drawings. So, and with the shortened time span, we still have to hammer out what we want to do with that. We may have some raffles earlier during the dinner. That way, as they're sitting there, they can enjoy. Everybody can enjoy the thrill of winning a basket. Instead of waiting till the end of the dinner hour. So
what hooked you into being a full-time member as opposed to being a paid person putting together a website?
I mean, I kind of participated a little bit and got involved with toy packing and delivering, and I kind of saw the need, and then one day I just said, I'm going to step it up a notch and volunteer a little bit more. So.
And Bob, you stepped in at a time when we really needed you because we didn't know as a group what we were doing and how we were going to get packages delivered.
Yeah.
And you and Tom Tiganelli in a group took it on yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, when we had to scale back, the township employees had to scale back. I just stepped right in and said, you know what, I'm not going to let this go.
And your
It
wife,
was just a lot of fun to do it. You know, the gracious people that are there to receive.
your wife's involved too,
Yes, she is. She is.
and you brought her in, obviously.
Yeah. So, yeah, she helped out with gift baskets a couple years back, and you know, she's always there. She supports me 100% in what we do. So
Very good.
that's just like every wife, right?
We're all blessed to have good wives.
Yes, we
There's no
are.
question
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to tell everyone about the event coming up or the Goodfellows themselves?
No, just come on out, have a good evening.
Well, the only thing I have is if you're in need of assistance, you know, our dates for signing up will be in November. Just watch the website, and we already have the packing dates set. But the location for pickup, because last year we started picking up the toy, had the residents pick up the toys. That was the first year that we had to do that. It seemed to go off pretty well, and we haven't nailed down the location yet. But I'm hoping to have the same location at 16 Mile and Groesbeck, which is really centrally located.
It worked out real nice, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did. It did.
Well, here you have it. You have the president and the vice president, both who weren't lifelong members, but I think you're kind of in there now for the duration.
Yeah.
And you're really taking over in the footsteps of some real legends in our community.
Yes.
The Johnny Brigueros, the Severinis, who own Fern Hill, who were very involved for many, many years. The big Clintondale contingent from years back.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that group of people, and they were just great community people. And unfortunately, they got old, and many people passed away. So we
Yes.
need for you to step in.
Yes.
The Sharons, who were a big part of the organization for many years.
Yep.
Remember how Ray used to vote no on everything, just be cantankerous? So those names are real familiar names to people who have been around Clinton Township for a long time. And they're real familiar names to the people that help those 1,000 children that need it every single year. So with that, we're signing off for Caring Community. Thank you for watching CTTV. I'm Bob Cannon, your Township Supervisor.